Alright, and now we're in Warrior, where we have Rocket Boots. Look at this guy. He looks so happy, doesn't he? And can you blame him? Looks like awesome. Anyway, Rocket Boots. For 2 mana, give a minion rush, draw a card. At the very worst, this is card draw, which in Warrior is kind of hard to come by. And at the most, it's a removal spell and card draw. I like it. I don't know if it's necessarily worth putting in a deck, necessarily. Like maybe in, I don't know, like a Quest Warrior, play a thing, and then draw a card and run it into something. But look at him, he's so happy! And based on that, I like this card. Now we have Weapons Project. 2 mana, each player equips a 2/3 weapon and gains 6 armor. This is weapon removal. Your druid opponent plays a Twig of the World Tree. You're like, no, and you give him a 2/3. But not only that, it's 2 mana, gain 6 armor, and you get a 2/3 weapon, which a warrior is probably going to take better advantage of that than anybody else. But I don't think this is necessarily gonna see that much play, because really giving your opponent a 2/3 weapon is a bad idea. The 6 armor might be worth getting in decks that want lots of armor. Also, for 2 mana, it turns on your Shield Slam or your Reckless Fury. Flurry? You know, the one that kills all your armor and deals that much damage to minions. So if that deck needs stuff like that, then it'll totally play this. But if you're just looking for armor, you've got shield block and the like. And if you're just looking for weapon removal, you've got various oozes. So, But I still think that it's a really awesome design. Now we have Dino-Matic, a 5 mana 3/4 mech, which is not good. Battle Cry, deal 5 damage, randomly split among all minions except mechs. Which, if you're playing a mech warrior deck, then sure. But 5 damage, randomly split for 5 mana. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's doing enough for the mana cost. Necessarily. It's not like it's dealing 5. It's not like it's a Goblin Blast Mage that dealt 4 damage divided among all enemies if you controlled a mech, because that thing was undercosted for what it did, and it could hit your opponent's face, which the old mech mage decks really appreciated. This only is minions, and it's only non-mechs, and I think it's an arena card, if that. Then we've got Security Rover, which is, it's like a cheaper version of the new Hogger. A 6 mana 2/5, which isn't good. Mech, which is good. Whenever this minion takes damage, summon a 2/3 mech with taunt. The only thing I can think of is that I really want to magnetic things on this, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's all that great. Oh my god, the Boom Ship. 9 mana, summon 3 random minions from your hand and give them rush. This is crazy. So there's a deck that's being played right now that's a Recruit Warrior deck. And you run into a problem when you end up drawing your big minions, because then you can't recruit them. Using things like Gather Your Party and the Woe Cleaver and all that. But Boom Ship gives you a ready-made answer to that. It's also got serious one-turn kill potential. For 9 mana, so you cast this and you get like a Grom and a Devilsaur and a Devilsaur. And then for your remaining 1 mana, you cast a Whirlwind. And that's 24 damage. Damn. Yeah, it makes drawing your big dudes a better way. What? What was that sentence? It makes drawing your big dudes not necessarily a huge problem in the Recruit Warrior decks. Hell yeah, Wallet Warrior. Plus, it's the Boom Ship. So then we have the Eternium Rover. I love this guy too. Another 1 mana 1/3 mech, which is important. And whenever this minion takes damage, gain 2 armor. Like, this is a thing that I want to start slapping magnetic upgrades on. Because early in the game, it gains you life. Whenever it takes any damage, you gain 2 armor. Wow. So it turns on your armor things, Shield Slam mainly. And it's a 1 mana 1/3. So they're probably not going to kill it in one shot. So you're going to get probably 4 armor off of this. And that's if you don't do anything else. I really like this guy a lot. So we have Omega Assembly. A 1 mana spell that says Discover a Mech. If you have 10 mana crystals, keep all 3 cards. This is already a pretty good spell. For 1 mana, you discover a mech. Okay, that's pretty good. But then if you find this in the late game, it's 1 mana, get 3 mechs. What? Which, in any sort of late game thing, getting 3 minions that didn't come from your deck is pretty good. I'm just saying, even if they're crappy, they're still minions that didn't get you closer to fatigue. You know, there's that. I really like this card. I think I like it more than the Shaman one. The Super Collider. 5 mana weapon, 1/3. After you attack a minion, force it to attack one of its neighbors. So this is really cool design space. Like, I love this. It's another reason you should be careful about placement when you're playing. I have no idea if it's gonna be worth playing, but this is another case where giving yourself a bunch of armor is gonna help, because you probably want to attack something big. Unless there's something small next to something big, then you can attack that instead. But let's face it, you probably have to hit the thing with taunt, don't you? So yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, this is a 2-for-1 every time you swing. Because you hit something, which weakens it, and then it hits its buddy, and they both die. That's in a perfect world. That's not going to be the case every time you swing, but it's pretty good. Like I said, the design space is really cool. And then we have the Beryllium Nullifier, a 7 mana 3/8 mech. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, and it has magnetic. As a minion, it's pretty good. I mean, a 3/8 that can't be targeted, it's going to take a while to kill it. But the fact that it has magnetic means that it's a +3/+8. This can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, which seems really good. And I think this might be one of those late game all in on something, and then you win. Or it could be too expensive and be stupid. But I'm leaning towards probably not. So okay, Dr. Boom, Mad Genius. The hero card of the set. He's 7 mana, he gives you 7 armor because Dr. Boom was a 7/7. And Battle Cry. For the rest of the game, your mechs have Rush. Now, that is obviously not all he does. He also does this. These are his hero powers. Big red button is the generic version of the hero power. So, yeah. But these cycle in a random order. So first you've got Micro Squad. Summon 3 1/1 Microbots, which they have Rush. So it's 2 mana, 3 1/1s that can punch things. That's good. Zap Cannon. 2 mana, deal 3 damage. Yeah, that's good. Especially with the Clockwork Automaton. Blast Shield. 2 mana, gain 7 armor. Sold. I like it. Kaboom! They're all 2 mana. I don't know why I keep saying that, but deal 1 damage to all enemies. That's pretty good, yeah. All enemies includes your opponent's face. Just saying. And then Delivery Drone. discover a mech, which will then have rush. Micro Squad is removal. Zap Cannon is removal or face damage. Kaboom is removal and face damage. Delivery Drone gets you a mech, which you can then play, which has rush, so it's removal. And then Blast Shield is a large chunk of life gain. Now, all that said, he's awesome. I love this card. The only downside is every other hero card we've ever had does something when you play them. All the Death Knights have an effect when you cast them. Hagatha has an effect when you cast them. Dr. Boom does not. He doesn't do anything when you cast him. So bear that in mind. That might have some effect on his playability, because we're all so used to, sure, we get armor, sure, we get a new hero power, but they also all do a thing, and most of the time the thing they do is important. He doesn't do a thing. Sure, he gives your mechs rush. That's not a thing that does a thing. So bear that in mind. I still think he's really good, and I still think he's gonna be super amounts of fun, but that's literally the only downside I can think of, is that he doesn't do anything, and that could be important. So there you go. That is Dr. Boom, and that's Warrior. All right, now we're in the neutral cards. A bunch of these will go faster because a bunch of these are not great. So first up, we've got the Whirly Glider. 2 mana, 2/1, Battle Cry, summon a Goblin Bomb. This is totally an arena card. 2 mana, 2/1 is alright, and the 2 face damage is alright. Again, Goblin Bomb is a mech, which could be important for magnetic shenanigans, but I'm totally gonna have to build the Goblin Bomb deck and see how it works. Be a hunter, Death Rattle, aggro mech deck, yeah. Unpowered Mauler, a 2 mana, 2/4 mech. The 2 mana 2/4 is nuts. That's huge. But it can only attack if you cast a spell this turn. I mean, it's got good stats if you're going to give it taunt or something, but any sort of conditional attacking is not great. You could get to the point where you don't have a spell to cast, and now you can't swing with your mech. A 2 mana 2/4 that can't attack and doesn't have any other abilities, your opponent's just going to laugh at it as it runs past you and hits you in the face. So, probably not great. The Toxicologist, Battle Cry, give your weapon +1 attack, 2 mana 2/2. I mean, it's alright. This might see some play. Nope, it's an even card. Never mind. Let's say this might see some play in Odd Rogue, but no, it can't. I mean, it's okay in weapon classes in Arena, but I don't think this is enough to bring the Kingsbane Rogue back to standard. Yeah, it's alright. Oh god, Steel Rager. A 4 mana, 5/1, because it's a Rager. Mech, that's important, with Rush. Mike told me that this card makes him want to go back to Quest Druid and try it out, which made me go... But I mean, that said, it's a 4 mana neutral Fireball for minions, which is alright. It's not great, it's not bad, it's alright. Then we have the Spring Rocket. 3 mana, 2/1, mech, Battlecry, deal 2 damage. I don't think this is good enough for standard play, but it is going to be an arena card, probably, because the ability to deal 2 damage. Although 3 mana, 2/1 kind of sucks. It's still a mech. It's still got mech synergy stuff going on. Whatever. Spark Engine. Look at this. I love this. The little spark looks so happy. A 2 mana, 2/1 mech, Battlecry, add a Spark, which is a 1/1 elemental with Rush, to your hand. This one is neat. Gives you the follow-up Dude, which could be useful. It's cute. Remember, the Spark is an elemental. That could be important, but eh. We've got Spark Drill. A 6 mana 5/1 with Rush. So again, it's a massive removal spell. It's a mech. And its Death Rattle puts 2 sparks in your hand. This spark does not look happy. Look at that face. That is not a happy face. This one's neat as well. And that's all I got. If you had the word man here, it would be a Mega Man X Robot Master. Huh? Spark Mandrill? Okay, anyway. Alright, then we have Wally. I mean, a 5 mana, 2/6 mech with Tauntaun lifesteal, Rusty Recycler. Ah, good old Rusty. I think the stats on this are alright, but I think if you can attach any sort of magnetic stuff to him, he gets really good. Like, do we have an Eva to attach to this? Because that would be neat. That's all I got. Like, the Tauntaun lifesteal are good together, and being able to buff it in any way means the lifesteal is way better, which means the card is way better. Piloted Reaper, a 4 mana 4/3. Does that sound familiar? Whose death rattle is summon a random minion from your hand that costs 2 or less. So the Piloted Shredder just summoned a 2-cost minion out of nowhere. This rips it from your hand. And so you have a little bit more control over what pops out of it, but it doesn't just create a minion. It takes a minion from you and drops it onto the board. So it's still a sticky minion, but since it doesn't generate another minion, I don't think it's as good as the Shredder. That said, unless you're doing it wrong, you're not going to get the Doomsayer to pop out and wreck your whole board. But then that means you won't get a Doomsayer to pop out and save you either. Because there were many times back in the day where it was, I'll just kill the Shredder and hope that a Doomsayer pops out. And I kill the Shredder and a Doomsayer would pop out and I'd say go and it would blow up and I'd go But yeah, I don't think it's as powerful as the Shredder at all. Microtech Controller, 3 mana 2/1 that brings 2 1/1s with it. So it's 3 mana 4/3, which is alright. The Microbots are 1/1 mechs. It's alright. Yeah, it's alright. We've got the Mecharoo, a 1 mana 1/1 mech whose death rattle summons a 1/1 Joey bot. This is Joey bot. That's so adorable, I might die. Now, that said, a 1/1 that dies into a 1/1 is just universally good and sticky. And that means you will see a lot of this card almost certainly. The fact that it's a mech means you can magnetic stuff to it, and then it pops out another mech that you can magnetic stuff to. So, yeah, we're gonna see this card a lot. Oh god, Loose Specimen. I don't understand this card. I really don't. A 5 mana 6/6 beast, which is huge for its cost, but its battle cry deals 6 damage randomly split among other friendly minions. So I guess you could use this with eggs and it'll stomp on your eggs and get you 5/5s? That's all I could come up with, is that. Exactly that. And it's a beast, and it'll smash your eggs for you for free, but you've got things like Playdead and the Terrascale Stalker, so maybe not. I guess this is other friendly minions. So if you play it by itself, it's 6/6/5, which is insane. So there's that. Also, I just realized the art on this is a mishmash of lots of different creatures, and that scares me. So we're gonna move on. Now we have the Kaboom Bot. Kaboom Bot, a 3 mana 2/4 mech. Sorry, 3 mana 2/2 mech, whose death rattle is deal 4 damage to a random enemy minion. It's a good death rattle, but if you are playing a deck that wants mechs or death rattles or mech death rattles, then this is probably a good thing to put in that deck. At the very least, it's going to be all over the place in Arena, I think, right? Maybe not all over the place, but it'll be in Arena, like for real. Plus, look at him. He looks like he stepped out of Mario 64 and really wants to kick ass. Let's just move on past him, shall we? The Holomancer. A 5 mana 3/3, not good. After your opponent plays a minion, summon a 1/1 copy of it. I don't understand this card. It's a weird, like, deterrent to keep your opponent from playing something really good, but then it summons a 1/1 that they could just kill. It's not much of a deterrent. gives you a thing that they have to use resources to kill, or you get to do... I don't know. I don't think he's very good. Because, again, it gives your opponent control over how good it is, which is never a good sign. Hey, Goblin Bomb. We've talked about a lot of Goblin Bombs. Let's keep going. Electro Right, 3 mana, 3/3. Battle Cry, if you're holding a spell that costs 5 or more, gain +1/+1. A 3 mana 4/4 is nothing to sneeze at. Like at all. Those are hard to deal with. I mean, I can see this being an arena card for sure. It could be a good addition to like the big spell mage, just as an early threat. It could also go in some shaman decks because they run things like Volcano and whatnot. I don't know if it's quite good enough for constructed, but anytime you've got a diving bell with a light bulb and electrodes, it's probably a good day, right? Alright, Damaged Stegotron is a 6 mana 5/12 mech with taunt. Battlecry deals 6 damage to this minion. Which means that if you play it normally, it's a 6 mana 5/6 with taunt, which is fine, not great, it's alright. If you can get around the Battlecry, then it's a 5/12 for however it is you got it out, which is really good. But even if you can't get around the Battlecry, it's fine. Hey, Cloak Scale Chemist, a 2 mana 1/2 with Stealth and Divine Shield. Sure. This is just a card that wasn't in Hearthstone that now is in Hearthstone. It's a good target for buffs, I guess. Plus, look at him. Just look at him. Okay, stop looking at him. Hey, Bulldozer. Okay, this card wins for the flavor and for the art. It's great. Love it. It's a 9 mana 9/7 with Divine Shield mech. Now, if you cast your mind back in the day, Force Tank Max was an 8 mana 7/7 mech with Divine Shield. It was a finisher in budget decks, and even in not budget decks, and it was an arena just all-star. So this might be exactly that. It's 2 more power for 1 more mana. The 1 more mana hurts, but it's still 2 more power. So could be a budget finisher. Just need a big thing to get out there. Yeah, hell yeah. This also works with some of those in Druid to duplicate the things next to it, because this guy might survive a turn, so next turn you play your Gloop Sprayer to get another copy. Seems fine. It probably won't have Divine Shield, but, you know, whatever. I don't know. It's just a big, dumb mech. And a big thing with Divine Shield is usually pretty good. Plus, look at it. It's a bulldozer. It's a bull whose horns are a bulldozer scoop. Winning. This is amazing. Then we have Brainstormer. 3 mana 3/1. Battlecry. Gain +1 health for each spell in your hand. Alright. To be okay, you need to have 2 spells in hand, so it's a 3 mana 3/3. To be good, you need to have 3 spells in hand, so it's 3 mana 3/4. To be great, you need to have 4 or 5 spells in hand to make it a 3 mana 3/5 or 3/6. And is that easy to do on curve? I don't think so. Moving on. Oh, the Explodinator. Look at him, he looks so happy. He's a 4 mana 3/2 mech, Battlecry, summon 2 Goblin Bombs. He's so happy to be bringing you Goblin Bombs. That said, 3/2 for 4 sucks, but you get 4 face damage. Again, I'm totally going to build a Goblin Bomb Hunter deck and just see what happens. And he's so happy! Alright, then we have Harbinger Celestia, who is a 4 mana 5/6. That's an insane stat line. With Stealth! Wow! After your opponent plays a minion, they become a copy of it. Oh. Well, balls. Like, the stats are insane, but they don't last. This is another card that gives control of how good it is to your opponent. And if your opponent doesn't have a minion to play, well then yeah, hell yeah, it's amazing. But if your opponent has a minion to play, then you get a copy of it. And they're not gonna play something super stupid when you can have a stealth version of it sitting there. Yeah, Pinball Witch says Silence Priest. Sure. Put it in that. Can you target your own things with stealth? I don't think you can. Can you? It's been so long since I played things with stealth and wanted to target them that I don't remember. But outside of that, I got nothing. Seems bad. Cause like I said, your opponent's not gonna give you something great. Unless you get something that it's not as good as a 4-mana 5/6, but it's still pretty good. They give you that just so you can't have a 4-mana 5/6. But that's like best case scenario. How about the Crystallizer? I really like this card. 1-mana 1/3 with the Battle Cry. Deal 5 damage to your hero and gain 5 armor. So you break even. It's got good stats. 1-mana 1/3 is fine. It turns on your healing for the Healy Zoo deck. It gives you armor for the Warrior and Druid decks that care about having armor. I think this might see a pretty good amount of play in those decks. Alright, the Coppertail Imposter, a 4-mana 4/4, stats are fine. Mech, that's good. Battlecry, gain stealth until your next turn. So it's got fixed stealth. So it doesn't just sit there stealthily forever. It's only till next turn. But none of that matters. What matters is the art. It's a robotic squirrel hiding amongst the other squirrels. 10 out of 10. Best card. Then we have Skaterbot, a 1-mana 1/1 mech with Magnetic and Rush. As a card, he's whatever. Or as a minion, he's whatever. As a buff, adding 1 extra mana to give something +1/+1 in Rush. Seems pretty good. Not necessarily put in a deck good, but necessarily put in an arena deck good, maybe. Yeah, that's actually really good as a buff. Plus, you know, he's got a rocket skateboard. So, like, the Ninja Turtles would call this bodacious. Okay, he's a skater bot. See you later, bot. Yes, I just did that. Ha! I wasn't the only one. It was said in the chat, too, so shut up. Alright, Bronze Gatekeeper. Is a 3-mana 1/5 mech with Magnetic and Taunt. I mean, as a minion, it's alright. It stands in the way. Anti-aggro, oh god, please don't kill me. As a buff to other mechs, it's alright. It gives it a whole lot of ass and not much power, which is on purpose because they didn't want Magnetic to snowball out of control for horrible early kills. That's why lots of these Magnetic cards have a lot more health than attack. That's on purpose. But I think this card falls squarely in the it's alright category. Moving on. Oh god, this guy. Subject 9. Okay, a 5-mana 4/4 beast with a battle cry. Draw 5 different secrets from your deck. I got nothing. I can't think of a deck that runs 5 different secrets or would want to run 5 different secrets. I guess it's you could draw 1 of each secret is essentially what it says. So the fact that it's a beast makes me think you want to put it in Hunter. Are they updating Deathstalker Rexar? Because if you get this as part of Build-A-Beast, that seems pretty neat. In a Spell Hunter deck. Just draw 1 of each of your leftover secrets. Okay, cool. I don't think a Rogue deck wants this necessarily. I don't think a Paladin deck wants this necessarily. I don't think a Mage deck wants this necessarily. I don't know. It's a really neat card, and the art scares me in ways that I don't want to talk about, but I don't know if there's a deck for it yet. And yeah, let's get away from that. It's freaking me out. All right, Galvanizer. A 2-mana 1/3 mech. 1/2. I can't read. A 2-mana 1/2 mech whose battle cry reduced the cost of mechs in your hand by 1. I'm going to learn to hate this card. And you probably will too. Because that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yep, hate it already. At least he's cute. Doesn't stop me hating him. Still hate him. Okay, moving on. Seaphorium Bomber. A 5-mana 5/5 whose battle cry is shuffle a bomb into your opponent's deck. When drawn, it explodes for 5 damage. Sold. I love it. I love it. Anytime we're shuffling crap into your opponent's deck, makes me happy. Later, there's a card that'll shuffle too. Makes me even happier. I don't care if it's good or not. I love it. Love it so much. Put it in the mage deck and play it with Research Project. Dig through. Make them draw the bomb and explode. Yeah, hell yeah. Alright, next up we have the EMP Operative. A 5-mana 3/3. Not good. Battle cry, destroy a mech. This set's Dragon Slayer. It's there to kill mechs. Just like the Dragon Slayer was there to kill dragons. This one's worse than Dragon Slayer. By a lot, as far as stats go. It's also really good against the huge magnetic Voltrons that someone's put together. You just 5 mana, it's dead. Ha 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 ha. Now we have Arcane Dynamo. A 6-mana 3/4, terrible stats. Battle cry, discover a spell that costs 5 or more. This is really neat. Because in any given class, there aren't that many cards or spells that cost 5 or more. So certain classes are guaranteed to get something useful. Most classes are guaranteed to get something useful. Like mage is probably gonna get a sweeper. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but the odds are pretty good. And like shaman, your odds of getting a volcano are pretty good. They're not 100%. They're pretty good. I don't know if the effect is worth the cost, because again, 6-mana 3/4 is just god awful. I just love the design of this card. Yeah, discover Ultimate Infestation. Yeah, see? What are your options? Spreading Plague, Starfall, UI, Starfire. A couple more that are pretty good. Yeah. Oh god, Mechathune. Yes. 10 mana, 10/10 mech. Death Rattle. If you have no cards in your hand, in your deck, your hand, and your battlefield, destroy the enemy hero. I just realized that's a Death Rattle. Oh my god. So this is the reason to go to Fatigue and like vomit all of your cards out, draw your deck, cast all the spells in your hand, boom, drop a Mechathune, hope they don't silence it. Because it's a 10/10, which means it will beat them to death, and if they kill it, you win. This card is so stupid. So stupid. You can't cheat the Death Rattle because you'll have Mechathune on the board. So you can't like Mechathune next turn, play dead, I win. No, because the Mechathune will still be on the board. There's a lot of nonsense going on here. Yeah, I Am the Dork says the cheese stands alone. It's the magic card, the cheese stands alone, but as a 10/10 that can beat your enemies to death. This card is hilarious, and I love it. And it's gonna be a Trollden thing for sure, but I have no idea how it'll work. What someone in the chat says you can cheat it. How can you cheat it and have an empty board and an empty? Reduce the cost with the previous mech or innervate and naturalize. Okay, so yeah, if the last 3 cards you have are Mechathune, innervate, naturalize, sure. But I meant cheat the Death Rattle through something like Play Dead or mainly Play Dead. Like, yeah, you can blow it up yourself with the last card in your hand. That's true. And well, yeah, naturalize is like the best way to do that, isn't it? Jesus. Blood Bloom, then Cataclysm. You guys are monsters. You're all monsters. Alright, let's keep going. Okay. Replicating Menace. 4 mana, 3/1. Mech. Magnetic. One of the rare magnetic ones with a high attack and not a high toughness. Death Rattle, summon 3 1/1 microbots. I think as a card, this is kind of bad. But as a buff, like as a minion, it's kind of bad. But as a buff, it's pretty good. +3/+1 and a Death Rattle on another mech. Yeah, it's pretty good. Have a 1/3 out, drop this on it. Have a 4/4 that dies into 3 1/1s. Yeah, that's good. I mean, as a minion, it's all right, but the one toughness makes it not great. But as a buff, yeah, I really like it. Here we go, Augmented Elec. Nice. 3 mana, 3/4 beast. Stats are good. It's a spider bot. Whenever you shuffle a card into a deck, shuffle in an extra copy. So, you've got things like Dire Frenzy. It's a beast. Oh wow, this is a beast. You can Dire Frenzy this. I didn't even think of that. That's cool. You've got things like, if you really want to, Benedictus. Shuffle 2 copies of your opponent's deck into yours. Not so sure about that one. I mean, it's great for staying out of fatigue, but it loads you up with a whole lot of nonsense, so maybe not. Elise gets 2 Ungoro packs. That's pretty neat. The Sephorium Bomber. Shuffle in 2 bombs. I just really love this card. This is really cool. Chances are you only get to use it once, though, so choose wisely. But you could, like, gang up effects, the shuffle guy. Already forgot his name. Lab Recruiter. Yeah. I really like this card and all the crazy implications that go with it. Faldori Striders. Yes. Shuffle 6 spiders into your deck. Ooh, damn. I like it. I like it a lot. Missile Launcher. A 6 mana 4/4 mech. It has magnetic. And at the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all other characters. So this is, hey, it's self-damage for Warlock. You know, if that's the thing you want. It's minion damage for Warrior and all the stuff that cares about that. I made a Stinky. Throw it in a what's his name? He made a Stinky. I've completely forgotten his name. It's fallen on. Rot Face. There we go. Rot Face. Throw this in a deck with Rot Face. Sure, why not? But really, it's a 4/4 buff on another mech. Maybe not really, but it's a 4/4 buff on another mech that deals damage to things. This one seems more like a warrior, mech warrior card, I think. It's alright against aggro too, but it costs 6, so you're probably already dead. Thanks, music. I don't know what that was all about. Hunter does have the poisonous mech. That is true. Ooh, that's brutal. Okay, so Hunter and Warrior, probably good places to put this. Nice. Alright, and we have, I love this little dude, Mechanical Whelp. A 6 mana 2/2 mech. Death Rattle, summon a 7/7 Mechanical Dragon. There is the Mechanical Dragon who looks not happy about you killing off the baby mech dragon. Mech Mama? Mama mech dragon? Mama dragon? Should burn your face off! Anyway, so I like this card in... Well, I like its Death Rattle for Hunter and Priest. Seems pretty good. Get this with the Cloning Gallery. Oh, yeah. Or a Play Dead. Oh, yeah. It's also good to slap other mechs onto to Voltron them up with magnetics so that when they kill it, a 7/7 pops out. It also means it's really, really weak to silences, though. Not as bad as the Mechano Egg and Paladin, because at least if they silence this, you can still hit someone with it, at the very least. But I really like this guy. Plus, he's cute. Look at how cute he is. Look at him. Oh, dear God, this card. The Star Aligner, a 7-mana 7/7, who says Battle Cry. If you control 3 minions with 7 health, deal 7 damage to all enemies. So, if the stars align and you control this and 2 other 7 health minions, I think it works that way. Back in the day, battle cries happened before the minion hit play. These days, with Shutterwalk and whatnot, I don't even know how things work. But if you have 3 minions with 7 health, then you deal lots of damage to all the enemies. It's 7 face damage. It's almost certainly a board wipe. But it's going to be really hard to do that. Especially if your opponent figures out that's what you're trying to do. And they just ping that. Damn it! Okay, in the chat they say you just need 2 more. So thank goodness. This one's weird. This one's very weird. Like, the payoff is nuts, but getting there will take lots of work and effort, and this is totally a trolled in video card. Like, totally. Okay, moving on. Giggling and... oh, dear God. Giggling Inventor. 5 mana, 2/1, which is terrible, but it's Battle Cry, summon 2 Onoyotrons. They're Onoyotrons. They're straight up Onoyotrons. 1/2 max with Taunt and Divine Shield. 1 Onoyotron is enough to get through. Like, damn. But getting 2 on the board, along with the 2/1... I think this might be some sort of control decks defense. Hey, this will buy me a full turn, maybe 2. I think they do use the straight up Onoyotron card, I think is what they said. So, yeah, I'm gonna hate this card, but I'm also gonna use this card, cause Onoyotrons are so good. Let's just keep going. Weaponized Pinata, 4 mana, 4/3 mech. Death Rattle, add a random legendary minion to your hand. Again, random legendary minions aren't necessarily great, but look at the art. It's a pinata with, I don't know if those are flamethrowers or laser guns or whatever strapped to it, but yeah. Plus, anytime you get extra uses out of the Death Rattle, you're gonna feel good, because while the stuff that says random legendary minions might not be good, they're fun. They're awesome. So get there. Do it. Weaponize it. Throw some other magnetic mechs on it and beat the hell out of people, and then get a legendary. And yes. I like it. Faithful Lumi is another adorable card. A 1 mana 1/1 mech. Battle Cry. Give a friendly mech +1/+1. This card, let me give you a little secret. This card is magnetic as a buff and a minion at the same time. I mean, it's 1 mana 2/2, which is good, but you have to have another mech. Like, if there's some sort of aggressive mech deck, this will probably use it. Maybe? I don't know. Put it on the kangaroo butt. Seems fun. That actually seems pretty good, actually. Okay, moving on. Whizbang the Wonderful. Oh, dear God. Alright. It doesn't matter what its stats are. It's a 4 mana 4/5 for the purposes of random legendary things. It's 4 mana 4/5. But you start the game with one of Whizbang's wonderful decks. Whizbang's wonderful decks are the deck recipes. That's it. It's one of the deck recipes. There's no animation for your opponent, so they don't know that you're playing Whizbang. Apparently there's no animation for you either, which is kind of a bummer. Seems like there'd be like some sort of woo, and then you get the thing, but like it's one of those fun cards. Like, it could be a Tavern Brawl is a Whizbang thing. It could also be like a fun, friendly tournament format where everybody plays Whizbang against each other. Yay, get there. That could be cool. But other than that, this is no place in any sort of competitive anything. I love the people that are like, oh, do a whiz-bang to legend challenge. No. That sounds like a nightmare because the deck recipes aren't powerful. Like I said, it's fun, and it's cool that if you open one of these, like as a new player, you get to play with so many different kinds of decks that you wouldn't get to play with otherwise, which is really cool. That's about all I got, though. Plus, also, he is tripping balls. Look at that. You see the swirl of stuff here? That's not really there. He's just seeing it because he is tripping off of his gourd. Oh my god. Oh my god, Ziliax. Alright, Ziliax, a 5-mana mech, 3/2, not good, with Magnetic, and Divine Shield, Taunt, Lifesteal, and Rush. So this is the reason to play mechs, right? Because if you Magnetic this onto anything, that's nuts, right? Like, right? Divine Shield, Taunt, Lifesteal, Rush. Like, any 2 of these would be fine. Divine Shield and Rush? Nice. Taunt and Lifesteal? Sure. But it's all of them. So I'm fairly certain any sort of magnetic style deck that's not trying to run super low curve, which I don't know if that's a thing, probably wants a Ziliax, right? That's a good point. Countess Ashmore will totally draw it. Countess Ashmore. Remember when she was going to be a big thing and then she's not even a thing? Hopefully this set will make her more of a thing. There you go. Play Countess Ashmore and Ziliax in the same deck. Winning. Moving on, the upgradable frame bot, the 2-mana 1/5 mech, who is just that. He's a frame bot. This is the frame on which to hang all of your magnetic stuff. Hello. Rouge Leader 1 is now following. Hey, thank you. Welcome to the pool. People are, like, complaining that this is too good. I don't think it's too good. I think it's alright. I mean, it's pretty good. Like, a 2-mana 1/5 will totally kill Odd Paladin Silver Hands for, well, it'll kill 5 of them. Hey. But I think the 1-mana 1/3s are just better for Magnetic because you get started sooner. And later, you just have better mechs to hang stuff on. I don't know. This seems like the baseline, it's alright. So it's okay. Here's the other reason that, in my mind, to play the whole Magnetic thing is a 5-mana 5/5 mech with Magnetic War Gear. It's a Blessing of Kings +1, and it makes any mech instantly terrifying. Like, this is the reason to run silences in your deck. Because when they go War Gear, you only want them to get 1 swing out of it, and then you shut that up. Oh, are we done? Last card? Omega Defender, 4-mana 2/6 taunt. Battle Cry, if you have 10 mana crystals, gain +10 attack. It's a 4-mana 2/6, which is a Stegodon, which is alright. You know, not great. Not bad. But, late in the game, it becomes a 4-mana 12/6, which, if unanswered, is nuts. So it will totally kill you. It's only got the 6 toughness, so by the time you hit 10 mana crystals, they should be able to punch through it. I don't know. Like, this is my least favorite of the Omega cards, I think. Just because it's neutral, so it couldn't be super powerful. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you can't answer it, it will kill you in the face, and you will die from it. But chances of you being able to answer a 6 toughness minion are probably alright. Although you can drop 2 on turn 10. That is true. I did not even notice that. Plus, with it only costing 4 mana, that means you have 6 more mana to play with. So you can drop a second one and have 2 12/6s. That's probably pretty good. Also, dropping this and then putting like a Spike Ridge Steed. Whoo! They're never getting through that. Unless they have silence. Thanks, music. How very dramatic of you. So, yeah, there you go. Is that it? That's it. That's the Boomsday Project. My thoughts on this, everyone has been saying since this is revealed, this should be the free giveaway like they did with Cthulhu or the treasure chest guy. whose name completely escapes me, just so everyone has it, so you can do fun things with it. I think the fact that this is going to be in packs, for those of us that have been playing a long time, that are going to open packs and get a Whiz Bang the Wonderful, I'm like, yay, there's a card I'll never use. But yeah, I think giving this one away as a free one to everybody would have been a brilliant choice that for some reason they're not doing. I think mechs in this set are going to be less brutally oppressive than they were in Goblins vs. Gnomes, where mechs just owned everybody and it was awful. And yeah, but I don't think they're going to be that brutal. And mainly that's because we don't have Mech Warper. Instead, we have the Galvanizer that only works once. And this is pretty bad, but it's not a 2/3, and it doesn't persist for multiple turns. It's just the cards that are in your hand right now get reduced, and you're done. I think there's a lot of neat stuff. I think they had no idea what to do with Rogue, or Rogue is going to be all set up for the next set, which seems like a kind of a waste. But whatever. It's possible that Carnivorous Cube Rogue decks will just appear and own the world, maybe. Personally, I'm excited for this. I'm going to build the Goblin Bomb Hunter deck. It's not going to be good. I don't care because I'm throwing Goblin Bombs. So, yeah, I'm very excited. I hope that the meta after Boomsday stays as healthy and wide open as the meta after Witchwood. Because after the last round of nerfs, you could play anything, man. It's been great. And I have been playing anything. It's been great. So I'm hoping they can maintain that greatness and not take so long with the nerfs, if any become necessary. So I'm going to stop there with the Boomsday Project because my throat is trying to rip itself out and run away. Whew. So I'm going to go now. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, the set comes out on the 7th, which is Tuesday, which is probably tomorrow. Probably. And if you're watching this live, hey, the set comes out on Tuesday. And hey, Banad, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the pool. So yeah, this has been the This has been the Boomsday Project. I've been Chewie. Thank you all so very much for watching, and have fun on Boomsday. And watch out for the pack opening video coming soon.